Are there any other programs that you guys currently have?
Our Robotics Program is our gym. I think we've had it for 16 years. It's located at the Johnson STEM Center right downtown on Decatur Street. And I don't think people really realize that when you go in there, we have children from elementary school all the way through college building robots, coding robots. The technology that is poured into that and the training that comes out, these students are able to then go work at Google and places like that through certification that we do. And I think that's the hidden gem of what the 100 has, and that I would love to help share and expose, especially that we're becoming a technology center, 21st century city.
Okay. Now, since you've been in your position for about a year, what are some of the things that you've been able to contribute or oversee and manage that have occurred within that year?
We just reviewed this, actually. Thanks for asking. One of the biggest things that I've helped contribute, and I'll just be honest, is helping bridge between the Black and brown communities. I'm of Hispanic descent. I consider myself Afro-Latino, and I really think it's really important that Black and brown communities come to work together, especially in the city of Atlanta. We have more things in common than we do less of, and it's important that we are able to speak a common language to be able to sustain one another in the community. One of the biggest things I've done this year as far as operations was being able to actually rebrand the 100 and say, this is who we are. I think, and I'll be honest, and many people will agree that the 100 has lost some credibility in the community, but it's about being in the community for me. I think someone has said the other day, hey, we see your billboards around. It's just not me on the billboards. You see our children, you see our members, you see our volunteers. It's very important that the community could build trust again in the 100 to know that they could count on us to make a difference. I consider the 100, and this is my opinion, that we are the protectors of children and family of Atlanta, especially as men of color, and that's very important for people to understand.
Can you go a little bit into some of the things that you realize with the current status between the African American and the Hispanic communities within Atlanta?
Can you repeat that one more time?
I know this was a mouthful. Basically, you touched on a good topic where it comes to connecting the brown and Black communities. What are some of the things that you found that are disconnecting factors that prohibit that relationship to being better?
I would say language barrier, and then the misconception and the stereotypes that happen that systematically keep us separated. Prejudice, not understanding that culturally we are ethnically and DNA-wise the same people. We just have, and I'll just be honest, this is Negron speaking, not the 100, but look, my master left my family in Puerto Rico, and then the rest of the ships came to the States. And that's just the truth. And the difference was that my slave master was Spanish, and the slave master of most brothers and sisters here was English. So when you would play separatism of people, that's what happens there. And I think that, especially here in Atlanta, we have to be able to understand that we're more culturally in tune than we are otherwise.
Excellent. Now, besides the programming that you guys have, what steps is the organization taking towards creating more credibility within the Atlanta community?
I think the biggest thing is that we establish trust and credibility with our funders. That's number one, to establish that we are fiduciarily responsible to be able to take care of the funding they give us, and then that we also have impact, and we're measuring the impact with data and information that is correct. So we've taken steps within the organization to be able to go back 10 years with our data to ensure and clean it and to make sure that it's correct, and that we'll be able to show the great, vast impact that we've done over the past decade here in the city of Atlanta.
How can someone become a member?
They have to ask one to be one, and then they have to be recommended.
Okay. Do y'all have any other?
Last question. With what the organization is doing in the city, how do you feel about the new leadership that we have in the city?
Oh, I'm very happy with Mayor Dickens. Now just a selfish plug. He's a Kappa, so I'm a member of KSI. So Brother Dickens and Doug Shipman, and I think I was here in '94 when I saw the ushering and the change of, from Maynard Jackson to Bill Campbell to Shirley Franklin. So I've seen those shifts happen before. But I think there's more of an energy around that shift today with Mayor Dickens and Doug Shipman and the cast that is here today. It's more hope in the city than I've seen in a very long time. So for me, we're a nonprofit, so we can't say we voted for him or not, but what I can say is that we are in support of the mayor. We are part of the mayor's initiative on Boys of Color and the summit that he has, so we are one of the organizations that's there. And so we're at the forefront of helping Mayor Dickens and support the administration on behalf of children and families in Atlanta.